evening. Wish you all a very happy Republic Day. Unfortunately, this Republic Day for us was marred with chaos, violence, complete breakdown of law and order in some parts of our national capital today. What was supposed to be and should have been a big but peaceful tractors rally by the farmers turned ugly, violent, and got out of control very quickly. At 8:10 a.m., farmers started the rally ahead of time. They were supposed to start by 10 o'clock. Remember, 9 a.m. was a Republic Day parade. Then, around 10:30 today, the first farmers-cops clash at Ghazipur took place. By about 11 a.m., we were getting in reports of stones being pelted at Mukarba Chowk in national capital. Tear gas shells had to be used there. Scenes got really violent and unruly at this location. And as the farmers broke away from the authorized route and then moved into the national capital, we saw then violence at around 1:45 near the Delhi police headquarters at ITO. ITO ended up becoming one of the big sites of clashes. Farmers were targeting policemen. Protesters were targeting policemen who were at this location, chasing them on tractors. What was supposed to be a symbol of protest soon turned into a weapon of violence in our national capital. Red Fort, ITO, Delhi Police Headquarters, Singhu Border, Nangloi, Karnal Bypass and Tikri Border, places where we saw today what should not have happened. And then what the details that emerged from Red Fort. Red Fort, one of the landmark locations in our country, from where every Independence Day the Prime Minister addresses the nation. That Red Fort was breached by hundreds of farmers at about 2 o'clock. It was absolute mayhem at that point of time. And I want to pull up some of those visuals. Groups of protesters running around inside and outside the building, climbing up a flagpole, putting in their own flags at these locations. This is what we saw unfold in the national capital. And I'm going to ask some very basic questions today. Shouldn't this have been avoided? Who do we blame for what unfolded? These scenes of shame on our Republic Day. Did the farm leaders not know, not anticipate? Did the police not know, not anticipate? Where do we go from here on? Has this dented the credibility of the farmers' protests? I hope not. But honestly, what we saw today is just not acceptable. But before I go across to our panelists, I want to go across to Alok, who's at the Red Fort. Alok, since morning, has been covering this at various locations. He started off with the farmers when their rally began. He was there when the first breach took place, when they deviated from the route, and he's still here with us. Alok, before we talk about what you saw in the day, tell our viewers now what is the status at Red Fort.
Yes, absolutely, Tanvi. The situation was completely out of control of the police just a few hours from now, but little bit under control, but not, we can say that completely under control, because the situation is still remains tense. I've been showing you the visuals of the tractors. They are still parked over here. Many tractors are still coming and many are still moving out. So majority of them have moved out, but some are still trying to come. Some are still coming from Tikri, and majority of them are coming from Tikri, what we are learning. Many of them are parked over here as well. So आप लोग अभी रुकेंगे यहाँ पर, क्या प्लान है?
हम जाना क्या चाहिए?
हाँ जी,
जाएंगे जी, टिकरी बॉर्डर पर जाएंगे दोबारा।
टीकरी बॉर्डर पे जाएंगे। आप
हाँ।
टीकरी से आए हैं?
हाँ, टिकरी बॉर्डर से आए।
टीकरी से कहीं तोड़ना पड़ना पड़ा क्या आप लोगों को?
नहीं जी, तोड़ना पड़ना पड़ा है बीच में आके टिकरी से।
तोड़ना पड़ा कहीं पर?
हाँ जी।
बैरिकेडिंग तोड़ी आप?
हाँ जी, नहीं तोड़ी नहीं है, उठा दी थी, पहले टाइम दे दिया था।
अच्छा,
हाँ।
okay. Here you can see these are the tractors which are parked over here, and but still they are contemplating whether they should stay back or they should go back to their respective destinations. Many of them are from Punjab and yes, from Haryana and UP as well, but majority of them are from Punjab. In fact, you can see the flags are still there, the flags which were put up by the farmers at the Red Fort. If you can see at the Red Fort, my video journalist will show you the building of the Red Fort, and there you can see the flags of the farmer unions. You can see orange color flags that were put up by these farmers, and they managed to scale the wall, and they climbed on the building, and they put up these things. Police personals are still there. My video journalists have showed you that there are some of the police personals managed to get in. Earlier, there were some police personals who usually stays at this Red Fort for their security. They were in fact, they were completely gheraued by these farmers, and they were being threatened by them. But somehow they managed to come out. Many of the police personals are also being beaten up. Those who were deployed over here at that point in time, and the situation is still remains tense at the ground. Nobody clear that he are there. भाई गोदी मीडिया नहीं है, भाई गोदी मीडिया नहीं है.
Just come out of that while Alok has a conversation with the farmers and gets to a safer location. Unfortunately, this has been a big problem through the day. Protesters there targeting the media, targeting reporters, targeting video journalists more than a few times, even our teams. Alok and Ayushman and the video journalists who were with them and Himanshi were told not to record things, not to report on things. And as you just saw, live on air as well, for simple reportage that Mirror Now and its team have always done. We've still been stopped, threatened, targeted in such a way. It's unfortunate, really, some of these things that have emerged, including what Alok was pointing out about the policemen also being beaten. Alok, if you've now gotten to a safer location and managed to get those guys off your back, I do want you to tell us what you witnessed through the day, the scenes, not just at Red Fort, but at other places also, Alok.
Yes.
What you as a reporter saw.
Yes, definitely. I am now at the safer location because we saw in the afternoon as well, and in fact in the evening when we reached here, when there was a huge vandalism happened, that many media persons were also attacked. Not only police persons were attacked. We are not understanding why the police and why the media persons were attacked. In fact, they reached over here in huge numbers. Many of them were also carrying weapons. I'm just like to show you the visuals of the police post. This is the police post here, which was also vandalized, and this is the police post of the Red Fort. And here you can see these are the broken flower pots. The AC has been removed. They have broken the window panes as well. And here you can see that the AC has been removed. Many things have been in fact stolen from the police station, from the police post as well. So this is what all had happened in the afternoon when we were there at the borders. When we started, we saw that many farmers were very much angry at the time, and they were continuously saying that they will go towards the ring road. And in fact, we asked them why they have started their tractor rally so early. So they said that because they knew that the police will stop them. That is why they started their tractor rally earlier at the time which was prescribed by the police. And in fact, the route which was given to them, they did not follow that as well, and somehow they managed to reach at the Mukarba Chowk, and from where they were supposed to take the right turn they decided to break the barricade and they took the left turn. That route was going towards the ring road, and they finally managed to reach to the ring road. So that is what I am telling it to you about the Singhu border, and similar kind of situation happened at Ghazipur side as well, and at Tikri as well. The road which were diverted for them to not to take, they break the barricade and then they took that route. So this is the way that they managed to come towards this important installations, whether it's Red Fort or whether it's India Gate or it's ITO and as well as Nangloi as well. So the situation is still not completely control of the police. In fact, here as well, many tractors are still coming. Some of them have gone, many of them have gone back, but some are still coming over here.
Okay.
So what the police will take, what the police will decide, that will be definitely will show to our viewers. But here the paramilitary force are still deployed. Huge number of police personnel are called in. Definitely the government and the administration will take some decision to remove them from them as soon as possible.
All right, Alok, thanks so much for bringing us those updates. Alok, through the day since, morning has been reporting for us constantly. He was there where violence unfolded, tear gas shells were used, people were lathi charged. When he was there when we actually saw the protesters charge at the policemen. According to the Delhi police, 83 policemen have been injured in what unfolded in the national capital today. 83. There was also an instance where a protester died. And the protester died, we are told, because a tractor just rammed into barricades in an attempt to break through the barricades as the protesters were breaking away from the authorized routes. And as that tractor rammed through the barricades and toppled, that is what, we're told, led to the death of that protester. I say good evening to the panelists who are joining us right now. Neha Joshi, spokesperson for the BJP, Abhishek Dutt, spokesperson for the Congress Party, Chaudhary Savit Malik, National President for the Bharatiya Kisan Union, and Mr. Neeraj Kumar, former Commissioner of Delhi Police, joins us this evening. With me in our studios is Vinay Tiwari, a managing editor who's also, constantly been speaking to us about what's been unfolding today and what possibly does it mean for the farmers' protest. But first up, I want to go across to Chaudhary Savit Malik. Chaudhary Malik ji, क्यों हुआ ये जो आज हुआ, कैसे हो गया? Okay. All right, I think we've lost the line with Chaudhary Savit Malik and we're going to go back to him in just a bit. When a quick comment from you, what you made of what happened today. Never ever have we seen such scenes unfold at the Red Fort.
I am not only astounded, I am completely befuddled. I am upset also because media ends up getting targeted for no rhyme or reason by anybody who's on the streets. And I'm absolutely, appalled at what we've seen today. And I also have three large, assessments that I think we should let our viewers know. Possibility number one, let's let the farmer, and I had hoped that the farmers' representatives joined sooner, but because they haven't, I think we should probably ask them this question going forward. Number one, they need to accept that they lost control of the agitation, because if you haven't lost control of the agitation, there is no way that what happened today would have actually happened. And I don't want to go into the details right now, but during the course of the program, I'm going to read out their statement that came on a Sunday night at 11 p.m. into our WhatsApps. All of us were sent it, where 7 very clear promises were made. One of the promises said that at every entry point where the rally will begin, as per the designated route given by the police, the leaders are going to begin. Nobody else will. And if a barricade gets broken in the morning, did the leaders break it? If yes, then you can't say that you didn't know about it or that some outsider has done it. If the leader didn't, then clearly your movement has gotten hijacked, about which you weren't prepared and you possibly cannot be so naive about. The second reason which befuddles me, and I'm glad Mr. Neeraj Kumar is there, he's one of the most distinguished police officers Delhi police has ever seen. He'll bear me out on this, that if there is any police force in the country that can handle crowds and mobs better, Delhi police is probably the best of them. And not just mobs or crowds, they also have a very efficient and a very, very good quality special branch division whose sole job is actually to find out any such possibility likely to happen. And in this case, dare I say, our reporters had some sense, because there were at least 2 unions yesterday who had openly said that they are not going to follow the route that was given by the police. So we should have anticipated this problem and possibly been a little tougher with them at Nangloi when they first started the problem early in the morning.
Yes, absolutely. And in fact, even if it was to say that the farmers have claimed and assured that they are going to follow this, I am sure the topmost police force in our country, the police of Delhi, knows better than that and knows how to be prepared for this. Mr. Neeraj Kumar, one question I am asking today is, yes, well, the farmer leaders have to be accountable for how violence unfolded today and how they lost control. But what about the police force? Should they not have been better prepared? Could they have been better prepared?
You can always say in hindsight that you could have been better prepared, or you could have you could have had better intelligence and so on and so forth. But what we have to understand is that the character of the crowd today, character of the mobs today, they were quite capable of disturbing the parade itself. Please understand this, and I want your viewers also to appreciate this. This crowd was quite capable of disturbing the Republic Day parade itself. I think I'll give credit to the Delhi police that we have prevented that from happening. Having said that, please understand that on the Republic Day, massive arrangements are laid down, and virtually the last man from every police station is drawn for the arrangement of the police at the Rajpath. And here was a situation where farmers, agitating farmers, were sitting at different borders, and they had threatened to walk in, and they had given solemn promises. But it was very clear from the very morning that they were not going to keep any one of those promises, and they were going to deviate from the routes they had accepted. What I want to say is that the Delhi police today has shown exemplary restraint, exemplary self-control, because if it had lost control over itself and given it back to the farmers right at the beginning,
right,
things would have been far worse. So if today, as I watched the visuals through the day, I was quite impressed and quite amazed with the kind of self-restraint that the Delhi police has shown. And I feel, on the whole, the situation has been handled very well. The incident at Red Fort was particularly unfortunate. I think the Delhi police should have prepared itself and should have anticipated that something like that could happen.
Yes.
And that could have been and should have been prevented. But otherwise, by and large, on the whole, the situation has been very well handled with a lot of self-control, a lot of self-restraint. Otherwise, the casualties would have been much more. It would have become taken a very ugly turn. So, on the whole, I give my force very good report on the handling of the situation.
What you're saying, if it was handled in a tougher manner, how that would have emerged or panned out. And yes, crowd control is not easy. We've seen what happened during the CA protest. Just a year ago, we were having similar conversations about Delhi police's handling of things. But I'm just saying that when you know that thousands of these people on tractors, obviously in an extremely revolutionary and passionate mode, are going to be entering, then what do you do? What's the option? How do you prepare yourself? Let me see if Chaudhary Malik can hear me. Chaudhary Malik ji, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है? चौधरी मलिक, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, एक बार अपना क्वेश्चन दोबारा दोहराइए आप।
जी, मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि क्या प्रोटेस्ट आपके हाथ से निकल चुकी है, किसान लीडर्स के हाथ से, और अब क्या आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं है जो हो रहा है?
ऐसा नहीं है। हम लोगों ने बड़े शांतिपूर्वक, किसानों ने और जवानों ने मिलकर जो प्लानिंग बनाई थी, हमारी बहुत अच्छे से प्लानिंग चल रही थी। और अभी आपने सुना होगा दिल्ली पुलिस कमिश्नर का जो बयान था, हम लोगों का जो मार्च था वो 11 बजे से शुरू होने वाला था, लेकिन कुछ बाहरी तत्व 9:30 बजे इस मार्च में घुस गए और जो हमारे आंदोलन को कमजोर करना चाहते थे, उन लोगों ने ये आगे उपद्रव किया है। हमारी किसान संगठनों की जो भी रणनीति थी उसके हिसाब से सही हो रहा था और हम लोग जो रूट तय किया था उसी पर किया है और हमारे जितने भी लोग हैं वो धीरे धीरे अपनी परेड कर कर अपने आंदोलन के स्थान पर पहुंच गए हैं। लेकिन कुछ लोग हैं जो पहले दिन से चाह रहे हैं कि कहीं ना कहीं किसानों का आंदोलन कमजोर हो, उन्हीं लोगों ने घुसकर इस
चौधरी मलिक जी,
आंदोलन को
आज आपसे थोड़े मुश्किल सवाल पूछे जाएंगे। आपको भी शायद उतना ही गुस्सा होगा जितना मुझे है ये देख के कि आज हमारी देश की राजधानी में क्या हुआ और लाल किले पे क्या हुआ। हर एक हिंदुस्तानी को उस पे आज गुस्सा आ रहा है। तो मैं आपसे ये बहुत सीधी तरीके से पूछ रही हूँ कि आप कैसे कह सकते हैं कि जो आईटीओ पे हुआ, जो लाल किले में हुआ, जो मुकरबा चौक में हुआ, जो दिल्ली के 8-10 अलग अलग लोकेशन पे हुआ, वो सारे ही कोई अलग एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स थे, उनका आपसे कोई संबंध ही नहीं था। इतने सारे कैसे आ गए? इतने महीनों से आप पीसफुल प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, आज कैसे कंट्रोल खो गए?
देखो, दिल्ली के अंदर जो भी घटना हुई है हम इसकी कठोर शब्दों में निंदा करते हैं और हम ये कहना चाहते हैं कि हमारे जो आंदोलन चल रहे हैं इन किसानों का उससे कोई लेना देना नहीं है और ये जो भी घटना हुई है इसकी जिम्मेदार हमारी केंद्र सरकार है, जो कहती थी कि ये मुट्ठी भर किसान हैं। तो ये लोग कहां से आ गए? हमारा आंदोलन आज भी पीसफुल था, पहले भी पीसफुल है और आगे भी रहेगा। हम लोग दिल्ली पुलिस से मिलकर किसान और जवानों ने जितने सभ्य तरीके से इतना बड़ा आंदोलन आज तक चलाया है वो आगे भी चलेगा। लेकिन ये कहीं ना कहीं हमारी सरकार की नाकामी है। उनको ये नहीं पता लगा कि ये लोग कहां से आ गए और कहां तक घुस गए। वो हमारे लाल किले पर चढ़ गए हैं, वो हमारे संसद भवन में जा सकते थे। हम तो इनकी कठोर निंदा करते हैं और सारे संगठन, किसान संगठन इसकी निंदा
कौन है ये लोग?
तन्वी, please allow me to come in.
नो, कौन है ये लोग? मुझे आप बताएं। ये बहुत आसान है कह देना कि बाहर से कोई आ गया। कौन आ गया इतने सारे ट्रैक्टर लेके? आपने देखा होगा ट्रैक्टर लेके पुलिस के पीछे भाग रहे थे। मतलब वहां पे रेस कार जैसा गेम चल रहा है इन प्रोटेस्टर्स के लिए। आप ट्रैक्टर लेके पुलिस वालों के पीछे चले जा रहे हैं, बैरिकेड्स तोड़े चले जा रहे हैं। कौन है ये लोग जो बाहरी तत्वों की बात कर रहे हैं आप?
इसके लिए तो हमारी सरकार बताएगी, हमारी आईबी बताएगी, हमारी इंटेलिजेंस बताएगी, हमारी रिपोर्ट बताएगी कि ये लोग कहां से आए हैं। हम लोगों को नहीं पता इनका। हम लोग कहते हैं कि हमारा जो जितने 40 संगठन हैं उन्होंने जो 37 वादे किए थे उसके हिसाब से अपने वादा पूरा किया।
चौधरी मलिक जी, आपके लोग अभी सबके सब वापस पहुंच गए हैं क्या? सिंघू टिकरी नहीं पहुंचे हैं? आप ये एडमिट क्यों नहीं करते? आपके हाथ से ये सिचुएशन कंट्रोल जा चुका है। अभी स्टेटमेंट रिलीज हुआ है पूरे संघ का, किसान संघ का, कि नहीं कि सब लोग वापस आ जाइए अपनी प्रोटेस्ट साइट पे। तो आप ही के लोग घूम रहे हैं सड़कों पे।
देखो, जो भी लोग हैं वो लोग अलग से आए हैं। हमारे जो रूट थे, हमारे जो धरने थे, वहां से जो आंदोलन चले हैं वो सारे पीसफुल चले हैं। ये लोग अलग अलग नाकों से घुसे हैं।
हाँ।
आपको जानकारी होगी जितने और बॉर्डर है वहां से भी लोग घुस के आए हैं। वो लोग कहां से आए? वो तो धरने में शामिल नहीं थे। तो उन लोगों के लिए तो प्रशासन की जिम्मेदारी है, उसके लिए हमारी सरकार की जिम्मेदारी है। ये सरकार की असफलता की बात है, लेकिन इसका पूरा ठीकरा हमारे किसानों के ऊपर फोड़ा जा रहा है। किसान अपना आंदोलन सही तरीके से कर रहा था, आज भी कर रहा है और आगे भी करता रहेगा।
नेहा के पास जाने के पहले एक मिनट, चौधरी साहब, अगर आज आपके इस दिन के अंत में अगर आपकी जिरह का सबसे स्ट्रांग आर्गुमेंट खाली ये है कि ये बाहर के लोग थे, तो माफी चाहूंगा साहब, आप ये आर्गुमेंट बड़ी बुरी तरह से हार जाएंगे। हो सकता है 10 हो सकता है 20 हो, लेकिन आपके ही द्वारा इशू किया गया ज्ञापन कल हमारे पास है। उसका पॉइंट नंबर 1 उसमें लिखा हुआ है कि हर बॉर्डर के ऊपर परेड की शुरुआत किसान नेताओं की गाड़ी से होगी, उनसे पहले कोई ट्रैक्टर या गाड़ी रवाना नहीं होगी। मुझे ये बताइए, आज सवेरे 8:05 पे किस नेता ने नांगलोई का बैरिकेड तोड़ दिया और क्यों? पुलिस ने परमिशन आपको 10 बजे के बाद दी थी, किसने तोड़ा 8 बजे? वो भी बाहर के लोग थे। तो फिर आपके नेता लीड कहां कर रहे थे? फिर आप ये मान लीजिए जो तन्वी ने पूछा है कि आपका कंट्रोल नहीं रहा अपने एजिटेशन पे।
से कोई लेना देना नहीं है और
हर चीज का जवाब ये नहीं हो सकता ना चौधरी साहब कि आपका लेना देना नहीं है। ये आर्गुमेंट आज नहीं हो सकता। लेना देना है। आपके नेता वहां दिख रहे हैं कैमरे पे, पिछले 3.5 महीने से हमारे रिपोर्टर्स आपके नेताओं के साथ हैं, हम लोग उन्हें पहचानते हैं। ये बाहर के लोग कुछ हो सकते हैं लेकिन सारे नहीं थे।
ऐसा है, हम लोग ये कह रहे हैं जो हम लोगों के सहयोग से चला। माननीय दिल्ली पुलिस भी सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश से अपना प्रशासन कर रही थी, किसान और जवान दोनों ने मिलकर इसको सफल किया है। लेकिन कुछ लोग ऐसे हैं जो हमारे आंदोलन को कमजोर करना चाहते थे। उन्हीं लोगों की ये ताकत है, वही हमारा आंदोलन खराब करना चाहते हैं। हम उनके साथ में नहीं है, चाहे वो कोई भी हो।
Okay, Neha Joshi of the BJP must respond that many from your of the opposition and the farmers are now questioning the center's accountability and the Delhi police's accountability अगर हम ये नहीं handle कर पाए.
Thank you, Tanvi. And first of all, I want to respond to Malik Saab, an alleged farmers leader who's sitting here. And what I heard was him gloating over the fact. उनका कहने का मतलब था कि मुट्ठी भर किसान थे, सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट कहती थी आज देख लिया, पार्लियामेंट जा सकते थे, सिर्फ रेड फोर्ट तक गए. To me, that seems like a warning. He's accepting that he's complicit in this. I'm glad that somebody asked the right question, that where were those 40 to 42 Kisan Samitis who were going to participate and who had leaders till yesterday? We did not sue any of these leaders. Where was Mr. Malik standing today morning? Let's ask him that question. कौन से चौक पर खड़े हुए थे मलिक साहब सुबह? कौन से चौक पर टिकैत खड़े थे और कौन से चौक पर योगेंद्र यादव खड़े थे? आज ये जो प्रोटेस्ट था, ये पूरी तरीके से मोटिवेटेड था. इसका उद्देश्य था देश को नीचा दिखाना. The flag that was desecrated today at the Red Fort, it wasn't the BJP flag. That wasn't the BJP office. It was the national flag of the country that was desecrated, and it's on these alleged farmer leaders. They have to accept that their protest had long back been hijacked by elements that they had no control over. The government took a step back and said, hey, we are ready to hold the farm laws. We are ready to, halt their implementation, delay their implementation. But if the sole motive was to create a ruckus today, to create a law and order situation today, and I'm glad we have a police officer here saying that, the Delhi police did everything by the book. They exercised restraint. They used force where force was absolutely necessary to be used. But even then, policing is a thankless job. We all know that. So they're going to be blamed either ways. So I think what needs to be answered is the questions that need to be answered are for the opposition leaders who were egging these farmers on.
But I just want to make one thing clear. I don't know and I have no evidence of a national flag being desecrated by anyone. So I am going to put this clarification out.
PTC.
Anybody can
There's
make
a
any
video
claims.
by PTC.
We don't have. The visual we have is of protesters on your screens climbing up a pole and putting one of their own flags there. What was removed, if there was anything, I don't know. So unless you can back your claims with another visual, Neha Joshi, let's be very conscious of the facts that we present here.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome to check my Twitter feed. I have retweeted. That's an official PTC video.
No.
So that's been tweeted by a news agency.
No. I am not going to take anybody else's video unless it's verified by our team. Yes, Abhishek Dutt wants to come in. Abhishek Dutt wants to come in. Go ahead, please.
I'm so glad that you made that point. You intervened in between, because our country is facing a very, very sensitive, we're at a very, very sensitive point. I'm very glad to you that you created, you objected to what she said. And I would like to say, in our law, there is no place for violence, and any kind of such act has to be stopped. What I fail to understand is, for the last 61 days, a very, very peaceful protest by the farmers for a very, very major cause, which is 3 anti-farm bills. Why would any farmer today try to create a scenario where people will go against them? Like the spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party said, that they also noticed there were some elements few months back who joined this protest. I'm surprised, in case they know these elements, why don't they take action against those elements? Are they wanting to disrupt this peaceful movement so that the focus changes? The focus was very simple. The farmers came in with a very simple agenda that these 3 farmers are purely against the farmers. Why were they waiting for these things to happen? And why would any farmer try and disrupt the peaceful protest? More than 60 farmers have died. At the same time, for any farmer to reach
Mr. Wright, it was people from your party who wanted Sadak Par Arya Par Ki Ladai. Let me please remind you of that. It was people from your party. It is your official Uttarakhand Youth Congress handle that has tweeted, Kisanon ne Lal Kila Fateh Kiya. This is your official verified Uttarakhand Youth Congress handle. Do you condemn this? Stop being righteous here on national television. Do you support this? Lal Kile ko Fateh Kiya Kisanon ne. Do you support this?
I do. Neha, listen. For me, it's a loss of our nation. I'm not here to have a political.
That your party.
Okay. Let him respond. You've asked him a valid question. Let him respond. Yes.
will you, Neha, any kind of act against our country flag is not acceptable by anyone. If there's a youth Congress person who's tweeted such a video, please share the information with us. We will
It's
speak to
not
the
a
person. It is
person,
not
sir.
acceptable at all.
Not a person. This is your organization's official Twitter handle. Do not dismiss it as a person. This is your party stand.
Will you apologize?
I don't see your
Second,
party
will you
condemning this.
give me a-
I just
Okay,
watched
I don't want to get into this, Tutu Meme. This is also not, this is a larger conversation we are having about what happened in our country's national capital at a landmark like the Red Fort. What happened to the men in uniform, 83 of them injured. It is about the destruction to the public property and the credibility of the farmers' protests right now. And if I may just go back to Neeraj Kumar, Mr. Neeraj Kumar, my question to you is if there were enough signals that some of the protest groups had already started saying that they are not going to follow the Delhi police's route. Now, if this was available information out there, the Delhi police, with all its might and intel, would have also known it. Could they have done something to stop it then?
You would have had violence there. Wherever the farmers would have been stopped, there would have been violence. So the approach and the strategy, I guess, of the police was that let them, take an alternate route. Let them give vent to their pent-up emotions or whatever, and let us wait for a situation when they take law into their own hands. Otherwise, when the procession started much before the scheduled time, police should have intervened then itself. But had they done that, there would have been violence there itself. So I think the strategy was that let us allow them to give vent to their pent-up emotions as much as we can till they reach a point where we must act. So that must have been the strategy. And I repeat, if the crowds had really been left alone, they were quite capable of causing far more, harm to today's solemn occasion. And another thing I want to say about the desecration of the flag. Desecration of the flag does not necessarily mean that you pull down the national flag from a flag staff where it is customary that our national flag flies on the 15th of August. The very fact that at that very place you are putting a flag is desecration. Another visual which I have seen during the course of the day, which was most unfortunate, I saw a protester beating a policeman with a lathi which had national flag on it. Can you imagine, with a flag staff with a lathi which has national flag on it, you are beating a person who is supposed to maintain law and order in the country. If this is not desecration, then what is? And this is not only at one or two places, this happened at several places.
Vinay, one part where there is value to what Mr. Neeraj Kumar is saying is that there possibly seems to be a strategy where you said, yes, we understand, we recognize that emotions are running high, tempers are running high. You allow them to go ahead to ensure that there is not bloodshed anymore, and then you know to what extent you allow them. But if what the farmers are claiming that there were these antisocial elements, could they not have been pulled out earlier?
Yes, and I think there are two very critical points that Mr. Neeraj Kumar makes, one in this answer and one he made it in the previous answer. Both are very critical. I think he also acknowledges that the one mistake the police possibly had done was to underestimate or not anticipate the trouble that happened at Red Fort. And I say that's a mistake because remember, in the first 3 rounds of the discussions between the Delhi police and the farmers had actually wanted to use the ring road because they wanted to come to Red Fort. They've made that ambition very clear that they wanted to come and unfurl the flag. So the police should have suspected that they will still try and do that. That is part A. And I think that they probably judged that wrong, and the Red Fort desecration should not have happened. And I consider climbing atop the domes of the Red Fort also desecration. It's a haloed place. It's a place from where India declared its independence on the 15th of August. Even today is Republic Day. It's also the culmination point of the regular Republic Day. Only this year, because of the pandemic, the Republic Day did not culminate there. It ended at Nazareth Stadium. So it's a very revered place, and I think we should have respected that. That is part A. The other point that I concede, and I completely agree with him, that the police did act with restraint, there's no doubt. Till the late evening, Shalini Singh, the Joint CP of the Western Range, kept saying that they should peacefully go back and we will not do any coercive action, which is a great thing to hear.
Yes, but we found out,
But-
Vinay. Yes.
But the big point is, which is why in my book today, if I had to weigh the balance of scale today, for me, the farmers' leaders today need to take up, to accept and admit the responsibility that either they have lost control of their movement or they allowed this incident to happen willfully. There cannot be another third explanation for this.
Yes.
And
No.
that is absolutely clear.
No, no, and that is a question we will pose to all the big farmer leaders who will over the next 1.5 hours be part of this conversation as well. But Vinay, to the point that you that was being made here about police knowing and showing restraint, and if they had an alert about it already, we just got news in the evening of people and artists who were stranded. Children who were stranded in Red Fort for hours since 12 noon and were then finally pulled out and rescued by policemen at 7.
Yeah.
You knew the farmers had an intention. There was absolutely no reason why those people were not protected and pulled out earlier. The accountability on both sides, on farmers, leaders' side as well. Let me say good evening to Mr. Yogendra Yadav, who's joining me right now. Mr. Yogendra Yadav has also been at the forefront of these protests. Today, I believe, Mr. Yadav, you were in Shahjahanpur and the rally that was held there. Mr. Yadav, the question that is being asked on the panel is why were the farmer leaders, the biggest of the faces we've seen in the last 3 months, not leading and controlling this protest today in the national capital?
I should mention that I was indeed leading one of the marches that is in Shahjahanpur, which was completely peaceful, which was disciplined, which is not to say that I can run away from the responsibility of what happened elsewhere, because it's a collective leadership and collective responsibility. What happened really saddened me, made me feel ashamed in many ways. What was wrong was we had committed a certain route. And the fact is that that route was not abided in more than one cases. It is true that many of the protesters broke away, went to places where they were not required, where they were not supposed to go. And finally, and above all, on the Republic Day at Lal Killa, we saw something which is something that would make any Indian feel smaller than one would wish to be. So yes, what happened was wrong. And yes, we cannot run away from the responsibility. I heard Vinayji saying something which is absolutely true. It is true that those who did it had nothing to do with Sanयुkt Kisan Morcha. It is so we know 2 organizations or persons so far. We know Deep Sidhu. We also know Kisan Mazdoor Sangharsh Samiti, both of which Sanयुkt Kisan Morcha has nothing to do with. Not just that. On more than one occasion, we have made it public that we don't have anything to do with it. Even then, it was our call, and we cannot escape responsibility for
I'll just
what happened.
interrupt there and ask you to just reiterate this point. I know it's been made in the past as well, because many will ask this question: how can 40 groups together with thousands of farmers on the street at multiple places in the country know whether some of them were your guys or other groups? So the 2 groups that you are naming and pinning the blame on, if you can just again take their names.
There's nothing hidden about it. Kisan Mazdoor Sangharsh Samiti is one of the Punjab organizations which has openly been away from the 32 organizations of Punjab who are involved in Sanयुkt Kisan Morcha. They have kept distance, they have attacked us, and we had made it clear, not just today. Yesterday, I had a series of meetings with police officials, and I told them very clearly, look, we can look after our people, but this particular organization, Kisan Mazdoor Sangharsh Samiti, we cannot do anything about. This is beyond our control. And in any case, they are beyond our pale because they are on the other side of the barricade. We are on this side of the barricade. This was made absolutely clear. So I'm not inventing it today. This was made through a series of things yesterday. We sent communities to these people to say, please, for heaven's sake, abide by this. And they refused, and this was clearly communicated to the government. Second, Mr. Deep Sidhu, who has been involved in instigating the farmers the persons who went to Lal Killa and hoisted that other flag. He has been a known critic of the farmers' movement of our Sanयुkt Kisan Morcha. He was at Shambhu border, which is near Ambala. That is when he had started attacking farmers' leadership. And when we came to Delhi, one of the things was to keep this man away because his separatist leanings are very well known. So these are not new characters who have suddenly sprung up. At the same time, I would say, because it happened in an agitation that we are spearheading, we cannot run away completely from the responsibility. I would also leave you with one more question, which is in Red Fort. Forget the question of some tourist or whatever. How is it that someone can storm into Red Fort and hoist a flag other than national flag? This is as much of a scandal as we witnessed in the Capitol Hill a couple of weeks ago.
Well, they were clearly outnumbered. I don't think they would have attempted, as we saw with the police even at the Capitol Hill, to try and stop these violent protesters. But I have a final question before I let you go, Mr. Yogendra Yadav. And the question is this. If the farm leaders say that, we have nothing to do with what unfolded today, then why is it that a statement has to be released now asking everybody to get back to their protest sites? If everything had to go, as per your plan, all these people should have already been back, gone in, made their point and come back.
The numbers are simply so large that they could not have come back. I know there are large number of tractors who have not even begun their journey right now.
Yes.
And that is why when we witnessed these things happening, when we got a report from police saying that even fresh people on tractors are now marching towards Lal Killa, we instantly called off the entire parade. We said, okay, those who have done it have done it. In places like Shahjahanpur, we completed it 2 hours ago. But I know in places like Tikri and in Singhu, large number of tractors are spent. And we said, notwithstanding all that, we call it off right now. And we have requested every protester, please go back to their original point. Whether they stopped it, whether they completed, whatever the situation, everyone should go back because we want peace.
So, Yogen, before we let you go, just one quick question. This is a question that's agitating me. And honestly, I'm very agitated today because of what I've seen, what has happened with our colleagues and our teams who are in the field for the last 3 months covering every aspect of the situation. I wanted to ask you this. The farmers' association now seems to be caught between two stools, of one trying to show strength and the other trying to show symbolism. And I can't understand what the idea of 26 January was. If it was to be symbolic, because you wanted to show the country that farmers are as important as the Jawans, the Kisans are as important, we should not have planned for a show of strength. Because the minute you plan for a show of strength, it goes out of control, as it happens today. When no leader was in command, there was complete chaos in the streets, public property was damaged, and people were harassed. Now, either we do it symbolically and make it a statement and leave it at that, or we then accept that we were trying to do a show of strength which just horribly went out of hands.
There cannot be any doubt that this was a show of strength. This was not merely symbolism this was not tokenism or symbolism. Yes, we wanted to have numbers, and people have been border for 2 months now. Any other organization, any other movement would have given a similar call 1 month ago. We kept holding this. We said, no, let's not jump into it. And this call for 26th of January was given on 2nd of January. There was a lot of preparation. It is not that there was no one in command. There were some places where things went out of hand, but there were 9 places where the march took place. In about 7 of them, more or less without much incident. In 2 places, things did go out of hand. I'm not escaping responsibility, but when you look at the history of farmers' movement and look at what kind of things happened there, yes, barricades were broken. And in 1 or 2 instances, the one that you're showing right now, a tractor actually almost trying to hit the police persons. That's something that makes me feel very small. That's what makes me feel very bad. But remember, by and large, no attack on any police person, no attack on civilians, no damage by and large to property. Given the way movements and such large movements where lakhs of people are involved.
Mr. Yadav, Delhi police says, and we have visuals, Delhi police says, and we have visuals of many of those injured cops. 1 minute, Neha, please. 1 minute. 1 minute, Neha. I think it is equally important to talk about the 83 policemen who've been injured. 83 policemen have been injured, Mr. Yogendra Yadav, in something that we could have
And he's saying, thank
avoided.
God.
I'm insufficiently informed in that case because I've been through the parade of Shahjahanpur, which is where I got snippets of information. This number of 83 police person being injured was not in my knowledge.
Yes, in fact, just as we speak, I am being told an updated number from Delhi police has come. It's over 100 Delhi cops who were injured today. 109 cops injured in the violence that happened today. They have released the list of names as well. This is what the Delhi police has done. And as much as of the run-ins that we've seen of various activists and protesters in the last 1.5 years, including what we saw unfold on the streets during CA protests, this isn't correct at all. The police that showed this kind of restraint and got targeted for it.
No movement can take pride in something like this. This is a matter to feel very bad about, especially people in uniform who are simply doing their duty. Them to be attacked is something that simply cannot be defended whatsoever. And I do think that people like us should introspect about it.
All right, Yogendra Yadav, thank you for joining us and taking my questions. I go back. Neha wanted to make a point as well. Neha, again, this is what repeatedly is being said by the protesters that, well, and Yogendra Yadav just mentioned it, that we've given the names and the groups who are not part of us, who are promising, who are saying they will create trouble. We told the Delhi police about it before the rally today.
Tanvi, when you lead a protest, you cannot dissociate yourself from, things if things don't go the way things are planned. Now, it is very, very mighty inconvenient, in fact, of Yogendra Yadav to name one individual and one group. I mean, I want to reiterate this. He named one group and one individual. He's saying that 42 Kisan Sangatans who allegedly were part of this protest, who planned this protest specifically on Republic Day, whether they wanted it to be symbolic or they wanted it to be a show of strength, they planned it on the 72nd Republic Day. And when things go out of hand, they simply shirk responsibility and name one person and one organization. I do not think anybody, in their right mind can digest that. This is a person who's been asking for Arya Par ki ladai. I think Yogendra Yadav ji is one of those individuals who want to be in charge, yet never take responsibility for anything. He's saying, thank God, infrastructure ka loss nahi hua, public property ka loss nahi hua. Has he been, he's been tweeting all day. Has he not seen visuals on social media? These visuals have penetrated to the farthest corners of the country. International media is covering it. Has he not seen how the national flag has been desecrated in the national capital?
Well, I want to take the question of accountability of the leaders further. And while Yogendra Yadav is not with us, let me also say good evening to Avik Saha and ask this question to Avik Saha as well. Avik Saha, when we decide to make it about a show of strength and make a plan that has thousands of protesters walking into the national capital on a day like today, the plan's gone wrong. Should we not be taking a responsibility for that? I didn't see any of the big faces at these spots trying to control the crowds at all.
I'm sorry, I seem to be in a lot of darkness because my light just went off. I don't know how to fix that, so I'll just quickly get to your question. We are accountable and responsible. I agree with Nehaji that there's no question of walking away from responsibility. What has happened today, all we are trying to say is what was happened today was not planned by a majority of the organizations who are in this protest. Why this has happened, how this has happened, and how recurrence can be stopped is something which we have to work on. So we are taking responsibility. We are not walking away from it. We are dissociating ourselves from the violence that has happened because this is not our plan. It's clear from this show itself that what has happened today has harmed the cause of the farmers. Why would we, who've been working on this agitation for 6 months, do something that harms the cause of the farmers? It's not commonsensical, is it? So what has happened today is something that we need to correct. The Sanyukt Kisan Morcha is sitting. We've just got brief facts and snippets. We need to go deep into it.
So when
appears
you
to
say,
be a
Mr. Saha,
conspiracy.
that you are taking responsibility and there are things you acknowledge need to be corrected, but you're dissociating yourself with violence, what is it that you're referring to? The first break away from the authorized route?
Yes, that, and to say that, look, another parade at Shahjahanpur went off exactly as per the police schedule and discussion. So you can clearly see that a bunch of people decided on their own, at which point we don't know. They were all in agreement with us right through when we were negotiating with the police. Some people acted in bad faith, and we want to correct that. We are not saying that we don't know who they are. We are not accountable for them. Of course we are accountable for them. We are accountable for every single farmer who has come at the borders of Delhi because we are leading this agitation. But when things go wrong, we have to take responsibility and correct it. This entire business of saying that therefore the farmers' agitation was per se violent, and right from the beginning there was a conspiracy to denigrate the country and to mock the democracy, I think that is taking it a bit too far. That's all I wanted to comment on.
No, I mean, look, I just wanted to say, look, Avik is a very erudite scholar as well. He's not just a farmer leader, he's also a erudite scholar. And that's why he will appreciate what I'm about to say and also appreciate why personally I feel extremely angry. Everything in politics, everything about protests carries a large segment of symbolism in it. A lot of the protests and a lot of the agitations that happen in the country carry symbolism as well. When Mahendra Singh Tiket, the father of Rakesh Tiket, occupied Boat Club in 1988, there was a symbolic message that was being sent. By the very same logic of symbolism that every protest carries with itself, Mr. Saha and Yogendra, Rakesh Tiket and all the other leaders should have understood that there is a certain amount of sanctity of the day of January 26th. Yes, that's one reason why they wanted to take out a tractor rally, but then that was also the sanctity which needed to be protected. The sanctity of the Republic having come to being today meant that there are certain symbols, certain areas and certain places in Delhi that attract and should have had a greater amount of respect. I am happy to hear that Yogendra was leading an agitation in Shahjahanpur that was peaceful. But I'm sorry, the tallest leaders of agitation should have been in the heart of the capital.
In the heart of the
not
capital.
in Shahjahanpur, which is the outskirts. Shahjahanpur happened peacefully. I'm very happy. But it was more important symbolically to ensure that Redford and Singhu and Tikri went off more peacefully, because this is symbolically the capital of the India where the Republic was celebrating its 72nd day. It is something that carries weight, and we should have seen that a little more seriously.
Yes, no, I agree with you on that. In fact, let me just quickly go across to Abhishek Dutt, on the other point that was being made here, Abhishek Dutt. Is it fair to quickly turn around and put all the accountability and the blame on the center and the police? The farmer leaders promised us, the farmer leaders said they will lead from the front. They promised us a peaceful rally, but that's not what happened.
See, most of the farmer leaders who were in charge of their own rallies were present at their own rallies. Just the point that Mr. Yogendra Yadav made and the BJP spokesperson came in. One gentleman who was going live on Facebook media at the time of this whole Redford embarrassment, the biggest embarrassment for the day, happened to be election manager of a Bharatiya Janata Party member of parliament from Gurdaspur. He's one person who's been in the news for the wrong reasons. Why was there no tracking done on them? If you were following Twitter accounts of people outside our country, that you should have. These Facebook lives were only instigating the mob. You must realize farmers fighting peacefully for a cause for the last 61 days will never do this. Who are these people who wanted to benefit and deviate from the main protest under which the government was on the back foot? A day before last night, the Honorable Minister made a statement that if anything goes wrong in this protest, the farmers will be held responsible. So who were you targeting at that time? It must be investigated. Who are these people with vested interest who completely deviated a very good peaceful protest in which more than 70 farmers have died? So who are these people benefiting from the protest? The idea is very simple: to defame a very peaceful protest so that the whole objective change. We must stick to the basics. Those responsible should be action should be taken against them. But this demand of 3 farms law must go on, and the government must realize that people are against this. The farmers are against this. They cannot force this onto the farmers. It is not about 18 months. The government must take it back to the parliament. There must be a fair discussion with all the groups. And, the corporate should not be taken into discussion. These farmers' groups should be called. There should be a very healthy debate in the parliament. And then these laws should be formed.
No, because you raised that issue, I want to very quickly, before we wrap up this segment, ask Mr. Rafiq Shah. Mr. Shah, after what you've seen today, will there be, I hope there is, but will there be a rethink on the march to the parliament and the way it was being planned on budget day?
Up to now, the movement has succeeded because 500 organizations are represented in the general body meeting. 120 odd leaders sit in those meetings. They will have to sit now and decide this. For me to say that it will be called off or it will continue is just not truthful. I don't know. But yes, everything that has happened today will have to be taken into context, will have to be dissected, will have to be corrected, and any further decision of any movement will have to flow from that. It's very clear to us that we do not want to create this image of farmers versus nation. That's certainly not good.
All right, completely out of time on this conversation, but that's just because we're going to take a very short break and come right back in a couple of minutes with lots more. This Republic Day, nothing else deserves a bigger conversation than the farmers, their protests, their issues, and unfortunately, celebrations that the country would have seen otherwise or today being marred by the violence. And not violence at one place, viewers, across the city, in many parts. The violence that took place today, the outrage that all of us felt when we saw what was happening on the streets of our Rajdhani. We have to seek accountability. We have to figure what our lessons are from what happened today. So stay with me here on The Urban Debate.